What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doublecast, aka Registered Hypercam, and welcome back to yet another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Shield. In the last episode, I made my way to Turffield and fought the gym leader Milo, and in this episode, we are heading east on Route 5 towards, I forget what the town's called, but wherever Nessa is, to take on the Water Gym. Or at least that's what we'll be doing throughout this episode. Right now, we're just fighting a cameraman and a reporter. Okay, so I do not have the people I want for this fight. Let's see. I think Roadhog is probably the way to go here. And then... Oh, wait, I did that incorrectly. We're going to use Draining Kiss on this thing, and then I'm going to switch over to... this is a problem. I don't really have anything that's particularly good against steel types right now. But T-Lizard's weak to electric, so I don't want to send him in. Yeah, I guess that'll work. Again, no optimal outcomes here. This is what I get for not putting a fire type on my team. Of course he, of course I switched into an electric... Oh, wait, because I had a, See, okay, that's tilting, because I had... Okay, well, that's good. Could have been worse. Let's see, this is probably... probably not going to deal too much. Because I had a flying type on the field, which would be weak to electric, and then swapped it out for a ground type, and he targeted the thing that isn't weak to electric, so it got hit anyway. So the AI was, like, so bad that it, like, inadvertently, like, reverse psychology. It, like, played one move ahead of me on accident, and I'm kind of annoyed by that. Okay, so this should finish this off. Roadhog isn't really doing much of anything. Alright, I'll risk it. Because if I can just get one water pulse on that thing, I can probably take it out, which is all I need. Okay, good. This should hopefully finish it off. There we are. Let's see what Clink decides to do. Another bind. Yeah, not... Bind is one of those moves that I've never found particularly useful in really any circumstance, come to think of it. Because, like, it doesn't really deal enough damage to be impactful in most situations. And then it deals, like, chip damage over time, but, like, most of the time if I'm using a move that deals less damage, it's because I'm trying to weaken something to catch it, and I can't have chip damage on that, because, like, if I'm just gonna have, like, eventually it'll just get knocked out, whatever the thing I'm trying to damage is, which is not what I want. There's a Wobbuffet over there. I don't really feel like catching a Wobbuffet. Let's see here. All sorts of fun stuff over here. Ah! Man, this route sure is a great place to get chased around by small animals. Alright, we've got a berry tree over here. One. Let's see, two. Do one more shake. Alright. Learned from my past mistakes. Anything over here? Let's fight this chef. What have you got, buddy? He's a chef in the British region, so he probably sucks. Applin. Oh, this is a fun new thing. I believe you can actually catch these on this route. This is a grass dragon type. which means I should be able to use Draining Kiss on it? Yeah! That dragon typing is backfiring all of a sudden. Yeah, I think Applin, if I recall correctly, it has 2 evolutions. One that's more offensive and one that's more defensive, and I believe the more offensive of the 2 evolutions is actually pretty good. So if you're looking for a grass type, definitely wouldn't be a bad idea to pick up one of those here. Ooh! Get another evolution. This time it's Gene Simmons. Yeah, it's a Linoon. Alright. Night Slash. Excellent. So we will now have an even stronger edge against any psychic or ghost types we come up against. Wonderful. Alright. Now, I know I'm probably going to be... Oh. TM31 Attract. Not a huge fan of that one. Attract. I know there are... I feel like I've seen at least one moveset, and I forget what game this was in, but, that involved... Let's see, are there any... Yes, I knew there was going to be an item over here. Big Mushrooms. I feel like I've seen at least one moveset involving Attract that was, like, actually kind of good, theoretically. Because Attract is, like, a very inconsistent move in that the way it works is, like, you can only use it on a Pokemon of the opposite gender, and, at that point, like, if it hits, there is, like, I forget what the percent, it might be, like, 50% chance that the opposing Pokemon will be too attracted to move, basically. And so it's really inconsistent because you cannot rely on the Pokemon you're up against being the opposite gender. So most of the time it's just not worth a move slot. But I remember there was, like, one moveset I saw where someone was running, like, it was like Attract Steenie. I cannot for the life of me remember what that thing is. I'll just stay in and switch out once I remember what this is. Oh, it's... Right. It's, the middle stage between Bounce Sweet and Serena. And I wish I knew some of the newer generation Pokemons as much as I know the old generation ones, because basically, like, my encyclopedic knowledge of Pokemon goes from, like, gens 1 to 4, and then after that it trails off significantly. So anytime someone throws out a Pokemon from, like, gens, like, 5, 6, or 7, I'm just like, ah, God, what is this thing? With some notable exceptions, of course. Steenie decided to lower Rip Skarmory's attack just enough to make this battle last an extra couple turns. But, alas, it did not save her. Got lost in thought. Yep, that sounds about right. Oh, looks like there's stuff up here. Well, got another breeder first. Nothing particularly interesting happened in that battle. Okay, looks like there's some stuff over here that I neglected to pick up earlier. Okay, so this is where I came from. So, let me just round this corner. And what do we have here? Shed Shell. Switch out of battle without fail. Not great. Pokemon has a lot of held items that I have yet to find a particularly good use for. Shed Shell being chief among them. Pokemon Nursery. When you leave 2 Pokemon... Okay, so this is just the daycare center for this generation. I have no interest in breeding at the moment, so I will just leave that off to deal with later. Hand over the bike already. We need to cross this long bridge. How barbaric. It wouldn't work anyway. You don't even have a Rotom with you. Hey, Gym Challenger. They're trying to steal my bike. Please, if you could give them a good thrashing. You need me to fight some dudes? Anytime, any place. I see this as an absolute win. Alright. Now, do all the Team Yell members just use Dark types? Because if so, I can just keep using Draining Kiss on them, which will make my life very easy. Alright. Please do not paralyze me. Yeah, every time. I think I have, at the very least, a good amount of berries for that, so I'm not too concerned. Plus side, Draining Kiss did exactly what I needed it to do. Thievel, stay in. Ooh. This thing looks cool. Oh, Beat Up. I was talking about this move earlier. Yeah, see, it only hit one time because it hits once for every Pokemon in your party, and since I knocked out his other Pokemon, he only gets one hit. Very underwhelming. Alright. I should probably remove my paralysis before this gets on my nerves any further. Oh, yeah. Got hella cherry berries. No issue there. Get out of here. Just thinking the other day, like, I think, oh no. Oh god, I get my special attack too. Probably gonna have to switch out. Critical. That's convenient. Okay. I think I can take one more hit. Especially if he uses Beat Up. That works nicely. Come on. Just enough. Yes! Okay. Could have gone more smoothly, but I think Tiny Dancer is like a little bit underleveled right now. Mist. What does Mist do? I think Mist just removes status changes. Yeah, oh, prevents any statuses from being lowered. Yeah, not particularly useful. Very, very niche uses for Mist. Alright, let's fight this other guy. Oh, I remember what I was talking about earlier. The Attract moveset. I saw one person who had a moveset with, like, it was, like, Attract, I think, like, oh, well, this is convenient, because Sableye is only weak to Fairy. And guess what I have on my team? But, it was some moveset that was, like, Attract, Thunder Wave, motherfucker. Attract, Thunder Wave, like some, I think it might have been Confuse Ray, but basically the goal of the moveset was to induce confusion, paralysis, and strong attraction all at once, and that is one of the most annoying things I have ever fought. Alright. Thankfully, even though Ralts is underleveled, Roselia can still make swift work of these guys. Yeah, get out of here. Yes! Finally! Time to evolve Tiny Dancer. Wunderbar. If you're too strong, you stay in the gym challenge, you're going to cause problems for Our Lady. You haven't even seen The Last of Us. Yeah, I mean, causing problems for your lady is kind of the goal here. I'll give you this bike then. You better have it at Team Yell. You know how much... yeah. Enough to jump right into machines that have motors. That got me thinking. If I attached a motor to a bicycle, then maybe I could get a rotom to pop into that as well. I see. Wakarimasu. Come on, give it a shot. Even in cycling through that... Alright, so I guess the bike is rotom infused in this game. Sure. Press the plus button or the minus button to ride your bike with rotom. Cool! Yeah, also, fun fact, rotom is just motor spelled backwards, so them saying, oh yeah, rotom loves motors. It's just... Gee, I sure hope it does. I think I have to heal up. Alright, now at this point, what do you have to say? What's the problem with those Team Yell goons? Hardly a decent way for fans, but yeah, they're literally stands. This is great. Was that a... I keep seeing things that I think are hidden feathers. Hammerlock Stadium. You're going to battle there too. Cool. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for more hidden items. Oh, hey, Hop. Oh, do I have to fight you now? I warned you, we're both gym challengers who've earned ourselves a grass badge. This is the perfect timing. Hop, don't pretend like they're, like... For you, any time is the perfect time to battle me. You don't need an excuse. Alright, going to be leading with his Wooloo. Gym badge holders team. That's not a real thing. Alright, let's see how much a Psybeam will do to this thing. Now, okay, because I got that Dawnstone earlier, if I wanted to at this point, I could just evolve Kirlia directly into Gallade, which would dramatically increase its stats, but I currently don't really have the moves to make Gallade useful. Gallade doesn't learn Psycho Cut, which is its main offensive move, until like level 43, I think, was what it was. Corvusquire. Let's try some Ice Shard against that, see how it goes. And because of that, and then it doesn't learn Close Combat, which is its other best offensive move until much later. Now, that being said, both of those moves, excuse me, Close Combat can be obtained through Technical Record in the wild area. Are you going to say that every time I use a super effective move against you? Please do not kill me. Beautiful. Now, Close Combat can be gotten through Technical Record in the wild area. And you can also get a Technical Record for Zen Headbutt, which is actually slightly stronger than Psycho Cut. It's just like, I think it's like an 80 power physical psychic move versus a 70 power physical psychic move. God, you just have to make this more difficult for me, don't you? But basically, that'll require going back to the wild area and doing some grinding that I don't really feel like doing right now. So I think maybe after I beat Nessa, I might go back and try that out. And then I'll evolve Kirlia. But for now, we shall be keeping the team as is. That could be bad if I don't kill this thing fast enough. Though, it should only be able to take 2 more hits, so I'm not too concerned. One of these days, Roadhog, one of these days you will be a beast. A force to be reckoned with. Just not quite yet. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is go to the next town, beat Nessa, and then afterwards go back to the wild area, catch a new team member, evolve Kirlia into Gallade, and maybe pick up a few other technical records while I'm at it to really make my team as OP as humanly possible. Alright, his last Pokemon's going to be Raboot. So we'll just send T-Lizard back in to take this thing down with a quick water pulse. Every one of my Pokemon is an ace. This is no problem. Hop is basically just the this is fine dog. Just getting, like, constantly beat up. Just being like, yeah, I'm great. No problems. All my Pokemon are awesome. Everything is going fantastic. Everything is fine. Everything is cool. Everything is Daijobu. How come you're far much stronger? It's called being the main character, dude. It's not fair, but nothing in life is. Oh, cool. Got a free revive. Thanks, man. Alright. Muscle Feather. Oh yeah, these feathers, I believe they raise your Pokemon's base stats. Very similar to the vitamin items from previous generations, like the proteins, irons, carbos, all those, which are, I'm assuming they're still in this game. Just, oh cool, there's a little, there's a Eldegoss flying around over there. If I wanted one, I could run into that. Sure, let's fight this person. 3x special attacks, man. They really love giving out multiples of items in this game. Got a Drifloon over there. Drifloon is one of my favorite pieces of, like, terrifying Pokédex lore. Absorb. Boost special attack if the hit by a water type move. That's so incredibly niche. Oh my god. Drifloon is one of my favorite pieces of, like, hidden, terrifying Pokemon lore, because, it's like, the Pokédex entry says that it basically, like, lures in children by, like, trying to get them to grab onto it, and then it lifts them off into, like, who knows where. Just, like, it just straight up abducts children, basically. Please do not deal a lot of damage. It's Poison Sting. It's fine. Should not have been worried, even for a moment. Am slightly annoyed it went first, though. Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is a pretty good move. 70 power Dark Attack. It's sort of a risk-reward thing. Sucker Punch will, if I recall correctly, it always goes first if your opponent if your opponent uses an offensive move, but if they don't use an offensive move, it'll just miss completely. So, requires a little bit of prediction skills on your behalf. Oh, we're already in Hulbury. Depending on how long this takes, I might just beat Nessa in this episode. Because that was a pretty short route. Alright, let's see the sights. Okay. What is going on here? Chairman is quite busy at the moment. Everyone, please disperse. Please leave. What is that? Bro, that is a questionable outfit. Chasing them off like that. Aren't you a bit too harsh, Oleana? That's why I need to keep doing your work, for their sake. You were... Okay, someone informed me that this dude's name is pronounced Bead. Apparently in Japanese his name is just Beet, like the vegetable. I gave you that Pokemon all those years ago. Perhaps it'll be one of the trainers endorsed by the champion. Anyway, I will be on my way now. Alright, I don't know what this dude's deal is. I'm sure we will find out as time goes on. We're just talking about you. You're curious about Leon's reasons for endorsing you. Which I had a good idea, as I tend to do. You're going to face gym leader Nessa soon, right? If you get a gym badge from her, I'll hold a celebration. I'd like to get, a little better after all. Should really be going. Still not sure why a seafood restaurant. Still not sold on that outfit, man. You should probably stick to the 3-piece suit. Seems like a better look. Alright, will this just lead me out of town? Because I'd prefer... I want to see all there is to see around here. Herb shop. Ah, yes, these are herbs. They're healing items that decrease your Pokemon's happiness. The advantage of them is that they're really cheap for the price, basically. Or they're cheap for how effective they are, but they lower happiness. Luck Incense. Doubles prize money. Keeps wild Pokemon away. Slow. Oh yeah, I always forget that the incenses do things. Yeah, rock, water, grass. Yeah, the main use for incenses is that there are certain Pokemon who will produce their pre-evolutions, the baby Pokemon, if they're holding the correct incense when you breed them. Fucking magnets, how do they work? Who knows, but they boost electric-type moves. I am not interested in training anything, so I will just move right along. No luck today, huh? Quite unfortunate. I've only been fishing once, and it was when I was a little kid, and I have no clear memories of it. So I have no idea if I would even like fishing IRL. Let's see. Whole Galar region was in such a spin. Yeah, I can imagine. Though, I feel like we really don't know that much about Dynamax Pokemon other than, like, yeah, it makes the Pokemon huge, and it might have something to do with this, Dark Storm thing. It's all very mysterious. What's up on this? Oh, yeah. What are you looking out at? Gotta have high, high hopes. Oh, no. God, I don't know about you guys. I still... Oh. I think this is supposed to teach us something about the, sexual dimorphism in Whoopers, but I don't care enough to investigate that. What do you have to say? Their gym will be relegated to the minor division. I didn't even know that was a thing. There are gym leaders, there are gyms that are lower on the rankings than the gyms we fight in this game. Like, are they... Actually, I don't think the train station has anything. Wait, so now, okay, now I have lore questions, as is typical for me. So there's a minor division of gyms. So, like, if your gym isn't good enough, deplete the sea life, a concept that has never been mentioned before in these games and will probably never be mentioned again. So you're telling me that there's, like, a whole bunch of other people who run gyms that just aren't good enough, so they don't get their own stadiums. But, like, can you challenge them? Are there any rewards for beating those gyms? Who is taking the gym challenge who doesn't fight the gyms that, like, actually get you points towards, like, fighting the champion? Like, what? Okay, we can't go into the lighthouse. Oh, hey, isn't that Nessa? It is indeed. How did you know? You're one of the ones endorsed by Leon, right? You've become something of a hot topic among the gym leaders. I've always thought it would be funny if, like, ads for, like, the, oh, Nessa, I have heard plenty about you thus far. None of which I can mention on a family program. Yeah, like, what would the purpose of the minor league gyms be? Why even bother having that classification? There's only ever going to be 8 gyms people care about, so if you don't if you can't make it into that 8, like, what is the point? I don't, like, I get that it's just a reference to the way that, like, English football works. But, like, now you've just opened a whole can of worms, lore-wise. Alright, I'm gonna save, and then we'll, take on Nessa's gym. Ball guy! Time to get another free Pokeball. Oh, excuse me. The lure ball does better when you're fishing. Yeah, obviously lots of good places to catch water Pokemon around here, but since I picked one as my starter, no real need for that for me, unfortunately. I think, okay, so I'm guessing the way this works is that this shop, alright, so because you get uniforms from the gym leaders you beat, for their corresponding type, I guess the shops just sell the, uniforms that do not have, for types that don't have gym leaders. I think I will go with the, kind of like the flying uniform. I think this looks better than the other ones. I'll buy this one, and then if one of the gym leaders gives me a uniform that I like more, I'll just swap to that one. Yeah, let's go. Have to change into your uniform. All right. Oh, wait, was there some setting I missed where I had to change it to the flying thing? I'll figure that out later. It's not worth my time at this moment. Okay. This level reminds me of something, but I can't put my finger on it. Maybe I'm just thinking of Mario because of all the pipes. Challenging maze. You must reach the goal to clear. Some paths in the maze are blocked by water. What should you do then? Try pressing the red button. Alright, so pretty typical gym puzzle. Just gotta press some buttons to change which paths are blocked. Welcome to witness the beauty of water-type moves. Well, I know what you guys will be witnessing, which is Sasha Velour spamming the same move over and over and over again. Like so. Excellent. More levels. Alright. Okay, I see how this works. Alright, so this path is still blocked. Now, do I have to turn this one back on? Oh, wait, I see. So that's probably the path all the way back to the beginning. So there's only... Okay, so there's just a red switch and a yellow switch. That's easy enough. Alright, let's go through this way. Fight another water trainer. I mean, you never got to make a move, so... Can't really blame you, honestly. I'm, like, kind of distracted today. Because my, I'm in a bit of a pickle at the moment. See, okay, there we go. See, I live in my apartment illegally. I didn't know about this before I got here to LA, because I only moved down here pretty recently. Okay. I only moved here pretty recently, so I didn't know about this. But apparently in LA, it's common that apartments will charge you like extra if there's more than one person living in the apartment. Which I had never seen before. Every other place I had lived in, they charge the exact same rate for one person or two. But apparently down here, they charge you extra if you have another person in the apartment with you. So because of that, even though I've been living in this place for months now, the landlord does not know I'm here. And she can't find out I'm here, because then we'll get charged more. Now, normally this is not a problem, because, like, we don't really interact with her ever. She's usually not around. But, like, the one thing we need her for is maintenance. And it just so happens that, the water in my place just got cut off. And my roommate decided that now was a good time to go to Cambodia for 3 weeks. So I'm kind of in an awkward position where it's like, well, the water could come back on within the next couple of hours, and I just have to wait it out. Or this is something we need to call maintenance about. In which case, I don't have that contact. The only person who does have that contact is in another country where I don't know if he has cell service. And at that point, it's kind of like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to, like, sleep on someone's couch for a while. Like, go back and forth between people's places. Because, like, it's not just that I wouldn't be able to shower. Like, I wouldn't have, like, water to, like, do dishes, so I can't really cook shit. Because then I'd have just, like, piles of dishes sitting around. Oh, God. So, forgive me if I'm kind of distracted today. I've got a lot on my mind. Hopefully I can clear it by beating the shit out of Nessa. She leads with a Goldeen. Goldeen is one of those Pokemon that, like, I feel like there's a whole classification of Pokemon that have always just kind of been there. Like, they've never had any times when they were particularly strong. They're not, like, so bad that they've become, like, infamous. They just sort of exist, and people forget about them occasionally. I feel like the Pokemon that is most like that is probably Finneon and Lumineon. I feel like those two, for whatever reason, have, like... I feel like multiple people have mentioned them as being, like, the most forgettable Pokemon. But I think Goldeen and Seaking would absolutely be like that had they not been Gen 1 Pokemon, and therefore, like, easier to remember. Because, like, anything... Here's the thing, anything that was in the Pokerap, people aren't gonna forget about anytime soon. So, like, inherently, they have kind of an advantage in the memorability department. Flood the stadium and make it our ocean. But, like, yeah, had they not been Gen 1, I think they would have been right up there with Finneon and Lumineon. I'm trying to think of what the other most forgettable Pokemon were. But, you know, sort of by the nature of that category. I'm having a hard time thinking of them. Yeah, Dreadnought is part rock type, so this battle was over before it started. We'll never get tired of those explosions. Excellent. Another level. No, I'm not learning Sweet Scent. Hey, Sweet Scent doesn't even... Oh, it lowers evasiveness. That's what it does. It's like, hey, if your opponent used double team, you can cancel that out. You know, like... Oh, it's this screenshot. This is the one that everyone's been editing to say various judgmental things. Because it does absolutely look like she's saying, like, ew, like, you watch hentai? Alright. She's so tall. Or maybe I'm just short. This is a good question. I don't think we're going to be getting an official Pokemon height chart anytime soon. Want to challenge the Fire Gym leader next. He'll definitely want to battle you. Please take this commemorative TM. Whirlpool. That's just water-type bind, and I already discussed why I don't care about that move. And we got the water uniform. Can I switch into the water uniform? Like, where do I actually change into the different uniforms? Is it here? Am I losing it? I'll figure this out off screen. Do not keep the chairman waiting. Head to the seafood restaurant, the captain's table. Alright, we got Rose's lead card. Downhearted if he doesn't take... I still am not convinced that downhearted is a real word. I've never heard that before I played this game. Unless, once again, this is just British slang I'm not familiar with. I know someone was saying that, what was it? There was some other word that, Sonia used earlier that I wasn't familiar with. Anyway, now that we've beaten Nessa, I think this is a solid point to cut the episode off. Next time, we check out the seafood restaurant, and then, I don't know, probably head to the wild area to finish off my team. Later.